I missed out recording. Okay. So yeah. So basically what happens is this the moment you are meditating, the cortisol and adrenaline gets removed from the bloodstream. And the moment it gets removed from the bloodstream, it acts as a switch to deactivate the flight or fight mode. Now let's see what happens when we deactivate the flight and fight mode. Now the moment, see, now it's like this, sometimes we say that दो friends है, दोनों का एक दूसरे के साथ पटता नहीं, so then they cannot be together in one team, etc. So similarly you've got these cortisol, adrenaline, and then there are these feel good chemicals, and they cannot coexist together properly. So जैसे the moment cortisol and adrenaline comes down, your good chemicals go up. Now what are those good chemicals? That is dopamine. Dopamine is your reward chemical, so you feel motivated when you have dopamine inside the blood. Serotonin is, it gives you calmness and composure and satisfaction and fulfillment, the presence of that inside the blood. Endorphins are painkillers. So these endorphins are, so painkillers means that, even if you experience some level of pains, which can be a physical pain or even a mental pain, uh, with the presence of endorphins, the amount of pain that you experience is actually lower, and therefore you are not, how do you say? So when you feel less pain, you feel more happy, right? So therefore, they are painkillers. They are natural painkillers secreted by the body. So the body is actually like a pharmaceutical factory. Then you have something called as melatonin. Now, melatonin is called a sleep chemical. So you must have heard कि जो अगर stress में अगर हम लोग अगर है, so we are not able to बोलते हैं ना, sleepless nights. There was such a lot of stress that one got sleepless nights. So sleepless nights क्यों होता है? क्योंकि because of stress there is a lot of cortisol, adrenaline, and therefore and melatonin cannot stay with cortisol, and therefore there is no melatonin, and melatonin is that chemical that makes you feel sleepy. So the moment, if you are to have a sound sleep, you should have just minimal levels of cortisol, adrenaline, so that your melatonin levels are fine and you can sleep well. Now sleeping well is also so important, because when you sleep, and especially deep sleep, then your body starts recovering, because it's a time for rejuvenation and repair of the cells of the body. So automatically, because of melatonin, the body starts repairing in that condition, and therefore physically you become fitter because of meditation, because you sleep well, because of presence of melatonin. That's the science. Now then there is another chemical called anandamide, which is called a bliss molecule. Now this may not get generated or secreted all the time, but whenever it gets secreted, you start experiencing bliss. Now this typically happens when you become a regular practitioner of meditation. And therefore, it is said that when you are a regular practitioner of meditation, you start feeling happy for no reason. Now that's a great thought, right? Being happy for no reason. Okay, let me continue. So let me continue today. Yeah, I'm going to be extending by 6 minutes, so that I complete all of this by 5 minutes, not 6 minutes. Okay, now it's 6 more minutes to go. Now, the other thing that happens is, so far it's clear, right? How the biochemistry changes. I mean, I'm still talking of very, very basics, but is it clear? One of you can just tell me so that I know, because that is like one thing understood, that okay, there is a actual change in the. Okay, I'm anyway proceeding further. Okay, yeah, okay, I can see a message. So yes. Uh,
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Correlation is clear. All right. Okay. Let me move forward. It restores the energy balance back from legs, hands, and eyes, and gets body back in homeostasis state. So I had explained that the moment there is stress and flight and fight mode, energy is pumped into the legs and the hands so that you can run or you can fight. And the moment you have deactivated from that mode, your excess of energy from the legs and hands is drawn back, and that energy is redistributed back into various organs of the brain. And the moment it gets into various organs of the brain, your brain, I mean various organs of the body, so then now so till the time you are in that flight and fight mode, your brain is receiving lesser energy, your stomach, I mean, digestive system and your endocrine system and all the other systems are receiving lesser amounts of energy. But the moment you are back to peace, your all the organs get adequate amount of energy or balanced amount of energy. And this is actually, and this is true for myself. I mean, I've actually seen that I used to have a major problem of vertigo, and I was told that vertigo is a lifelong thing, etc. And medicines start becoming more effective, and some illnesses disappear like magic. So I can say that my vertigo is actually the first time someone told me that vertigo can go is my meditation teacher. He actually told me that my vertigo will go, and I was like, wow. And then I took it very seriously, and I actually saw that you can say that my vertigo is like less, it's like almost gone, I can say that. And I have done three treks in the last 2 years, and going on a trek was like an impossible thing for me because of vertigo. But I've done 3 4 treks in the last 2 years, and that's like I mean, that's really motivation. That really helped me to really get hooked on to meditation. And apart from that, there are so many other things which I'll explain if time permits. Okay, now few benefits of meditation. Yeah, so these were the effects of meditation. Now, so benefits is first of all straight away reduced stress and anxiety. Now, why does stress get reduced? Because stress by definition is uncontrolled negative thoughts. Therefore, the thoughts are also coming down, and therefore, and negative thoughts are also coming down, and therefore, obviously, stress is coming down and anxiety is coming down, because anxiety is due to negative thoughts, and negative thoughts come down, the anxiety comes down. Energy balance is something that we spoke about. Now, because of energy balance, the brain gets adequate supply. We are focusing right now more on the academics and career, so I'm talking about brain. So brain gets adequate supply, and the moment brain gets adequate supply, there is an improvement in all academic functions. So imagination and creativity, problem solving and logical reasoning, memory, grasping power, and cognitive skills, that is thinking skills, ability to think and come out with solutions. So all of that improves because brain starts getting the amount of energy that it requires. It's such a simple logic. Then you have improvement in retention leading to better academic. So see, memory works at two levels. See, it works at two levels. First of all, your grasping power has gone up because brain is at the optimal level of energy and functioning well. And secondly, whatever you are reading, you retain it for a longer amount of time. And therefore, see, today I find a lot of students, they say कि exam हो गया, अभी कुछ याद नहीं है. But exam हो गया तो you should remember it till the next semester, so that next semester you add to the knowledge. But यहाँ पे तो हम भूल जाते हैं. So that is a problem. And secondly, ज़्यादा समझ में भी नहीं आता है. Competitive entrance exams like I mean, today students want to appear for the JEE and NEET and then CAT and CET and GMAT and GR and so many. So obviously we require all of that, right? अगर stress में आएंगे तो कैसा होगा? So one of the ways of doing it is, this is how you can build it up. So this is like a base. Okay, then some more. Now focus and concentration. Now why is focus and concentration happening is because two things happen. First of all, when you are meditating, your thoughts are coming down. Now what is loss of what is distraction? Distraction is nothing but thinking of something else when you want to. So you are studying economics or you're studying science, and suddenly you're thinking of something else. That is distraction. The moment you are training your brain on being conscious and decreasing thoughts, your distraction is coming down. So initially to the extent of 10, 15, 20 minutes is during meditation. But what happens is the moment you start meditating regularly, automatically your mindfulness goes up. That's it. That is an observation based on research. So those who are meditators, they may meditate for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 40 minutes, or 1 hour in a day. But because of that meditation that they do, overall, first of all, the impact of meditation, the calm and composure is not only to the extent of those 15, 20 minutes, but it is much beyond that. And secondly, more or less with practice, your overall mindfulness also becomes much more. Overall levels of thoughts, even otherwise, because you are more conscious. Now you know that I should not be doing. See, when I'm solving a math problem or I'm solving a professional challenge, I have to consciously think and arrive at solutions. So that is thinking. But getting thoughts which are not serving me is not thinking. That is mindless thoughts. That is overthinking. That's of no use. So that comes down even during the day. Okay. Automatically, decision making becomes more clear because the distractions in thoughts have come down. and therefore higher productivity, obviously, because you're more productive. I mean, personally, I have seen that, oh, I think it's already, if you're all okay, I'm just going to extend by about 4 minutes more because I want to just complete. So I'll need to just complete this because today is the last session. Okay,
Yeah,
so
fine.
thanks. Automatically, I have personally seen that there was a time when I used to regularly work till 11 p.m. and still get a feeling that I have not completed my work. But after doing meditation regularly, and I do meditation sometimes, it varies. Sometimes it may be as low as 5-10 minutes, but sometimes I've also meditated for my highest has been more than 1 hour. So it really has an impact. I've seen that instead of working till 11 p.m. regularly, now unless there is some real urgency, I do not work beyond 8 p.m. It because it's not that I work less. In fact, I work more. And this is what you will experience. I mean, this is something that you can start believing. So you can actually study more. That's number one. And your study hours can become lesser. Or let us put it this way: if you in the same 4 hours or 5 or 6 hours of studies, you will grasp more. So that's great, right? Now, there are some other benefits. Okay, I can see some message here. Okay, okay, thank you. Yeah, there are some other benefits also beyond academic. For example, emotional regulation and increase in emotional intelligence. Now, it is actually said that emotional intelligence is a very crucial aspect of becoming successful in your professions. And there is a phrase which says that your IQ gets you may get you the first job, but it is EQ, that is emotional quotient, that gives you a great career. Now, there is a lot of research related to that, and you all can read if you all are interested. And because of emotional regulation, your EQ goes up. I'm not covering more of EQ because that's a separate discussion altogether. Maybe some other time. And self-confidence goes up automatically. Why? Because your anxiety levels are lower. The moment anxiety is lower, confidence is up. It's such a simple thing. Now, once confidence is up, your self-worth is higher, your self-esteem is higher. And the moment your self-worth is higher, self-esteem is higher, you have the ability to deal with peer pressure. You may not want to engage into some bad habits that because you have more confidence in yourself, or you may not get swayed in terms of decisions, and you may so सब लोग IT में जा रहे हैं तो मैं भी जाऊंगा, ऐसा नहीं. You will think logically and decide where you want to go. Physical health. Now, physical health automatically, I've given some of the reasons, and I'm not a doctor, therefore I will not speak too much on this. But physical health, for the reasons that I've explained before, because every organ gets the right amount of energy, obviously their functioning goes up. I have experienced it myself. So physical health becomes better. Now, physical health, once it becomes better, it helps you to focus. So let's say you have exams, and if you are ill, or if you are having some pain somewhere, obviously your productivity is going to go down because you are distracted. So it is extremely important. Now, I have seen that youngsters, barring a few of them, tend to neglect physical health. I mean, they may go to a gym or whatever, but they overall, they tend to ignore physical health. Your physical health actually is so important to prevent any distraction and have focus on your career. Okay. Then self-discipline goes up. Now, why does self-discipline go up? Is because here, when you make a decision that I will meditate, it's like taking a challenge and saying that I'm going, no matter what. So, like, I have taken this challenge that no matter what, every day I will meditate. Now, worst comes to us, if I miss it out during the entire day, just before sleeping, I will meditate for 5 minutes and then I sleep. Because I've given a promise to myself that I will do this. The moment I start honoring my word, my self-discipline in my other areas goes up. So if I say that I'm going to study for 20 hours in a week, I will study for 20 hours. If I say that I'm going to, whatever, I want to practice my hobby, so automatically your self-discipline goes up. Now your relationships start becoming, you will start building better and longer friendships, which is so important for a youngster, because it is important to have a good circle of friends, right? I mean, today the families are small. These are all nuclear families, so you don't have that buffer of a joint family. So you need to have and why do your relationships become healthy? Is because simply your emotional regulation. See, once you are emotionally regulated, you stop reacting you stop, the moment you stop reacting, automatically you will realize that you have become more understanding and more open towards, you become a better listener. And the moment you become a better listener, and the moment you become less of a reactor, I mean less in terms of reactive mode, your relationships are going to be healthier. Simple. Happiness. I told you about happiness is completely related to biochemistry. I've already explained it. And then playfulness, you feel like a child. You will experience that. Today, unfortunately, because of stress, children become mature and young very fast. They kind of lose their childhood very fast. And childhood stands for playfulness. Childhood stands for creativity, imagination, fun. And therefore, and once you start meditating, because of all these, your emotional regulation makes you very and because of your enhanced levels of happiness, you become playful like a child, you become cheerful, and automatically it improves your mental health. I mean, today one of the biggest challenges of youngsters is mental well-being. So if you see, this is one activity which is literally like an antidote to so many things which are required by youngsters as well as by all of us. And therefore, I just feel that um, it is so important for everyone, and especially youngsters, to do meditation regularly. And it is not a religious activity, it's a skill. I believe very strongly that meditation is a 21st century skill, and it is the base on which all your skills and all your education can can be added, so that you have a fantastic career. So with that, I would like to end the talk, and if anyone has any questions, feel free.
Nothing, sir.
Nothing? No questions? All right. Okay,
No.
good. So you got any scientific input from the session today? You got some correlation?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you,
Mm.
Kavita ma'am, for your uh, nice message. Thank you very much. Ishita, you got the science behind meditation. See, why I wanted to really explain the science is because, yeah, okay, great. Yeah, so now that you know that there is a science, and now that you know that meditation can actually improve your health, physical health, mental health, academics, and career pursuits, and your career achievements, and there is a scientific backing, it becomes a reason for you to become regular. Because I know there are a lot of distractions uh, for us, and we are also genuinely very busy, but it is in our own interest that we take out that time. Yeah. Thank you, Kavita ma'am. Yeah, I'm going to share the recording. Unfortunately, today I kind of forgot to do the initial part of the recording, but I think what I missed out in the recording was the meditation session. I think most of the talk was covered, so that will be there, that I will share it. And believe me, the science behind uh, meditation is so much, so much. It is so vast. What I have covered is, I think, probably just 1 or 2% of the science.
Yes, sir. There's also neuroscience behind it because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
regulates the prefrontal cortex for emotional quotient and the hippocampus for memory.
Wow. How do you know this, Ishan?
I was studying before.
Oh, wonderful. You are absolutely right. Now, I did not get into all those technical details because that would be level number 2. So you are already at level. You're right. It increases the size of the frontal cortex, frontal lobe. Then it increases the it decreases your fear center, the amygdala fear center. So there are so many things. Yeah, books, ma'am, what I'll do is, yeah, there is a book, but I will just find out. I'm not able to recollect the book right now, but there is one book. See, I would, what I would suggest to you is that, these two organizations from where I learned meditation, Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation and Shreyans Daga Foundation, they are really awesome places. They sometimes do free courses. They have Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation also does a 40-day course, which is again free of cost on Zoom. So I would recommend that, see what they take, they would do this course in a very different manner, because they are experts on delivering meditation session. So हमारा तो ये वो field नहीं है, तो I'm a beginner, but those are great courses to do. And I will definitely, I think there's a book on art and science of meditation, but I am not remembering the author right now. I'll get that name and I'll share it in the group, definitely. Great. So anything else? Okay, great. So thank you very much. And I want to especially thank three of you, because three of you have been the most regular participants in this session. And I think it is because of three of you that I was able to do it. I'm a little unhappy that uh, many, I'm a little unhappy that many people have not. I mean, first of all, the number of people to whom I had sent the group invite and the number of people who joined the group, very few ended up joining the group. And then from the group, very few actually ended up attending. But three of you have been the most regular, and I want to sincerely thank you for attending. And I mean, I felt very happy conducting this session. So thank you for the opportunity. And there is one more, couple of more messages. Please share the name of the author of the book. Yes, yes, I'll definitely share the name and the author of the book. Give me a day or two. I'll find out and share it in the group. I have also sent a message in the group saying that, uh, see, since a few of you have been coming and regularly coming, I was just thinking that, we would like to, have an initiative where we keep discussing value-based conversations related to success, academic success, etc., etc. So it could be a combination of some sessions or some interviews of some professionals or some interviews of some students. It could be probably some other talks. It could be probably doing some more meditation practice, or it could be some other things, etc., etc. Plus, we also wanted to create a platform for our students where they could come and share their talent and they get an audience. So you may want to do some practice of public speaking, or you may want to probably you like to sing, or you like to play the harmonium, and you are looking for some kind of an audience for practice. So one of my dream is to really build this community. I mean, we do our basic work is career counseling and life skills training, and that's our main work. But one of the things that I feel is that today the support system that is available for youngsters is a little low, because they don't know whom to go to, whom to ask. And generally, generally I've seen that sometimes the world is a little bit of an unfriendly place sometimes. And therefore I was thinking that this is a group which gets formed where we are all, so it comprises of students, it comprises of parents, and we are all like each other's well wishers. Because I mean, how are we connected? We are connected with just one purpose, that all of us would want to become successful in our lives and become happy in our lives. So that's the purpose of this group. And therefore, we act as like well wishers and cheerleaders for each other. So that's the dream that I have of this group. So I would love to keep this group going on, and maybe every week, because doing sessions twice a week is a little bit of a toll on me, because things are pretty hectic at my end also. But then if I have students especially, or others who would want to contribute and do some sessions, etc., we can really keep it going. Maybe once a week, once in 15 days, whatever possible. So I have shared a couple of things in the group, so you all can give your opinions on whether you would want to have the group going on, and then accordingly we will take a call on this. Yeah, so thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the sessions. They were really helpful and informative.
Most welcome, Ishan, most welcome. Please continue it as a daily practice. Yeah, I got your message, Yashita. Thank you, Kavita ma'am, for your message. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye bye. Good night.